Yes. Okay. Shishan, Sankai, Miwong, Clarence, Nicholas, Ruchi, Weishen so far. I know only Angel that will be absent as far as I know. Let me double check. Because she texted me earlier this week. Let's take a look. All right, the rest of you, please turn on your cameras. Now, if your camera is not working, you need to tell me now, and you need to tell me what's the reason, because I'm keep getting this vibe that are literally the same students every single time. Okay, thank you. Nicholas Ruichi. Clarence, Weishan, Miwong, Sankai. Okay, you switched the PC and you don't have a webcam. Okay. All right, how about the rest of you? Shishan, how are you today?
I'm fine, teacher. How about you?
I'm very well, thank you. So you were off for 2 weeks from these classes. Did you do anything fun, maybe?
Oh, I didn't done anything.
Really, I cannot hear you very well.
I'm sorry, teacher. I didn't do anything that fun because I'm preparing my exam.
Oh, okay. All right, good. But nothing fun, just like school and stuff.
No, because I afraid that my result will drop.
Okay. All right, thank you for that. Nicholas, how are you? Nicholas, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher, yes.
How are you?
Um, Today still because wake up lately, so still some blur.
Aha, okay. But how late did you get up?
11.
11. Okay, isn't it 4 o'clock now?
Yeah,
And you're still sleepy?
yeah.
Okay, well, that's good. Do you know what? Honestly, I'm jealous when I hear that someone slept longer because I wake up pretty much every day at about 5 to 6 o'clock. So I'm happy for you. Good that you're at least sleeping. That's good. Ruichi, how are you?
Good.
Okay, thank you for the exhausting answer. Did you do anything fun?
No.
No? Okay. That's all you're gonna say?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. EJ, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you, but I'm a bit anxious for my exam.
When is your exam?
The week after next week.
Okay, is it going to be like one subject exam or all the subjects?
All the subject.
I believe you're ready. I believe you're ready.
No.
Yes, I think you're ready. You're a very good student, EJ. So I think you're studying regularly, you're doing your homeworks. I can just say that according to what we're doing here, and I think you're gonna do marvelous. Is this like final exam?
Oh, it's midterm exam.
Oh my, so you're gonna have another one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Apart from that, do you just study or do you have some time for, I don't know, do some other activities?
I didn't think so. Just study
Just
and
study.
having school lessons.
Yeah, okay. All right. I understand that. And that's good that you are taking everything serious. The rest of your camera is off. I'm not going to ask you a question. So I'm just gonna mark you as absent today. Okay? Thank you, Mithu. How are you?
I'm like the most neutral I've ever been.
Why?
Last week was the most boring week of school.
Oh,
They
okay.
said it's school, but technically it's a holiday. I did nothing. I did
Sometimes
nothing.
it's good to do nothing.
It's so boring. I have to wake up so early for no absolute reason and then do nothing. So fun.
Okay, so why didn't you find to do something? Anything?
No, since I'm online, like the students in physical school get more attention and they just forget online students exist. So
I see. Okay, but don't you have any hobbies?
there's nothing to do really.
Okay, so you know what I've learned? That in life, if you don't find something that you like and something that you can do it on your own without anyone else like being there for you, you're always going to be bored. And I'm telling you that from my personal experience. I'm pretty much the same person as you. I just wake up very early in the morning and I do nothing. I literally do nothing. And I'm just sitting like watching some, I don't know, Netflix shows or just being on my computer and try to do some work, but actually I'm not doing anything. I ended up shopping online. So I understand that. However, you need to find something that really amuses you, something that it's fun and interesting for you. And I know it sounds easy to say, but it's rather difficult to actually do that. But if you are this kind of person, you're always going to have these issues in your life. Like maybe you find certain things that are a little bit boring, and that's okay. I'm that kind of person. Like when, I personally hate going shopping, like going from a shop to shop. I hate it. And I know a lot of people, they're like, you crazy? That's like the best thing. Maybe I'm crazy, but that's just boring for me. I never liked it, and I think I never will. I just prefer staying at home. And if I need to buy something, I just buy it online. So, we're different. Each one of us is different and will like different things, but you need to find something that you enjoy. If I can tell what I enjoy, probably I won't be able to say that because I never actually thought about it before a couple of years ago, probably. I moved to different countries and I was always by myself. I didn't have a lot of friends because, if you keep moving from one place to another, it's hard to have friends. Yeah, you're going to call them, but that's not the same. Like I know some people, they like to travel on their own. You're still young. I'm not saying you should do that. But I do know a lot of people that they could travel on their own. I mean, I'm 37, but I've never traveled somewhere on my own by myself because I'm thinking, you know what? I'm at home alone. If I go somewhere, I'm going to be again alone. What's the point of going there if you have no one to communicate with? So that being said, if you are this kind of person, like introvert, like I am, I think you should find something that's going to amuse you in your free time rather than just do nothing. And then at the end of the week, you say, well, okay, 1 week is done. I did nothing. This is what I feel about the years. So can you imagine? We're in August, pretty much mid of August. The year passed by. I did nothing. So when it's ended up, I'm still thinking, I did nothing this year. Why is that? Maybe I should have done this and this and this, but I didn't do it. So think about that because I understand how that feels. I really understand. But obviously, I am at the moment in the UK because I cannot travel because I needed to deal some documents stuff over here. So my passport is kind of on hold. I mean, potentially I can leave the country, but I'm not sure if I can stay a little bit longer there. That's going to be a little bit different for me. However, I need to work every day. So that's another thing. Like I'm stuck with my work. So if I go somewhere, I need to have my laptop. I need to get my books with me because that's my job. But you have to try and find some balance in life. So I don't know, maybe that's going to help you someday. The rest of you, Sankai, okay, you don't have a camera. Mi Wong, Clarence, Wei
Yes,
Shan,
teacher.
Osmond, Linus, if you have camera, turn it on. If not, text me what's the reason. Sankai, how are you?
Doing great.
Nice.
Yesterday was my birthday.
Nice. Happy birthday. How old are you
Thank you.
now?
15.
15. Nice. Good job. What did you do for your birthday?
Same thing, go to school, having tuition, and me and my parents are going to celebrate today.
Nice. What are you going to do?
British, I don't know what's the restaurant yet because I think it's a surprise.
Okay. Oh, wow. Good. Are you expecting a gift?
No. I think
No.
I'm more of a grown up now. I don't really need a gift.
Yeah, makes sense. You know what? I had a birthday like 2 weeks ago, but I'm the same. I don't believe in gifts and stuff like that. I never liked them. I never liked the day when my birthday was. I don't know, maybe the more mature you become, the less you put like pressure on your birthday. So I understand that, but that's good. That's good. Are you excited for going out with your parents?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Perfect. Thank you. Wei Shen, can you hear me?
Yes,
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
How is your week? Actually, 2 weeks. What did you do?
Um, Same, went to school,
You
tuition,
did some school. Okay.
lots of homework.
Okay. Anything fun?
I think the fun is resting home.
Okay. All right. Good. Thank you. Clarence, are you here? Okay, Mi Wong, thank you. Clarence is not here. Linus says he's lagging. Okay, Linus, thank you for that. Osmond, are you here? Osmond is not here. And Clarence is not here. Okay, so what I want to say is only Angel and EJ did their homework. Good for them. I read them. I still haven't sent them back to you. I will. I haven't sent them back the first one, the previous one as well, but I will send them probably today. But the rest of you, I'm really curious. Why not?
Teacher, I sent it
When?
yesterday.
Yesterday, but sweetie, I got nothing from you. And you know what? I was checking the folder you sent it to me, the file you sent it to me previously, like last week. I cannot open it.
Can I send you in WhatsApp? That might work.
Yeah, you can do that. But on my email, I literally have nothing. Let me double check again. But nothing. I got from Angel on the 2nd of August, and he just sent it to me on the 29th of August, of July, not August. But the rest of you guys, nothing. Again, what I can say so far is from the students that, well, I know Angel and EJ from the previous year, so I do know, I'm pretty sure, I'm gonna bet on them, they're gonna pass this exam with a good level, with good score. However, I don't wanna sound a little bit, how do I say, strict, but I don't think, guys, the rest of you are taking this serious. And it's gonna be a big problem for you. A big, big problem. That's why today we're gonna start with writing an essay, and you're only going to have 40 minutes to do so. The topic is super easy, but that doesn't mean that the essay should be easy for you as well. Now, I really appreciate the effort of EJ and Angel. I said also at the beginning that Angel will be absent today. They're very descriptive. I will show you an example of them, how they're writing it. Not now, obviously, because first I want you to do your writing part. However, guys, you know that you're actually having the exam. How many months? September, October, November? 3.5 months, roughly. And that means like in 12 classes from now, roughly 12 classes. And you're kind of not getting this serious. So that's a little bit worried, just because, you know, the essay is a must option, right? You don't have options to choose if you want to do it or you don't want to do it. That's a little bit unfortunate. So that's why we are going to start That's okay, AJ. Yeah, I have two from you, but I have two from Angel as well. So that's fine. At least you've done something. Okay, so that being said, we're going to do the topics from the file that I sent it to you, but I'm going to start from the bottom. Is it better to be famous or unknown? You need to write about money, friends, and your own idea. You need to do 140 to 190 words. You will be limited with time, only 40 minutes. Now, why is that? Because for your writing part, you only have 80 minutes, which means 1 hour and 20 minutes to do two written tasks. Okay, so if we train to do our writing in less time, I think we can have a better result. So the point here is, when you're using a computer, I understand should be a little bit quicker because you can Google information and stuff. I'm not saying you should do that, but I'm aware that you're doing it, okay? However, when you're going to do the official exam, it's going to be on paper, then you're going to have a real problem. You're going to have a problem with vocabulary. You're going to have problem with spelling. You're going to have problem with searching information because you're not going to be allowed to use any tools whatsoever. So my advice for you would be, don't Google anything, okay? Just focus. Obviously, the first 5 minutes, just think about what you want to write. The topic is very easy. However, when you're going to write, I don't want to read very simple sentences, okay? So my advice for you would be, when you have a task, let's say the essay that you need to write, you're having 2 points given for you, you need to find the third one. Well, the third one shouldn't be a repetition from the previous two. It needs to be something different. And that's fine. Okay, you might not going to be inspired at first, and that's understandable. However, make sure that you cover the 2 points given. Give as much information as you can. Okay, remember to start with something neutral, something general, because that's going to be an interesting opening for you. Should you start with a question? It's not a bad idea, but it depends how you're going to build it up after that. So because you're having a question, you're having 2 points given, you don't have the third one, you need to focus a little bit more. And I'm going to give you the link right away, and you have time, 40 minutes. Now it's 4:18 for you. 1 second. Let's copy this. You only have 40 minutes to do so, okay? So that means until we have a break, you're allowed to do this. After 10 o'clock for me, 10 o'clock in the morning, which will be 5 o'clock for you, if you submit it even 1 minute later, you're going to have less points. So let's try and do this in 40 minutes. Again, don't try to use Google. My advice for you, don't use Grammarly, don't use any tools, because if you're using them now, they're helping you, okay? And potentially you're going to get higher marks. But when you go on your examination, you're going to get less marks because you're not going to have Grammarly, you're not going to have Google, you're not literally going to have nothing, none of the tools. So that's going to be a problem for you. And then you're going to be surprised because you're getting less points, and you're going to say, well, I was doing quite well when we had a class, right? But when I did the exam, it wasn't so good. So you can open the link, you can start. As I said, 140 to 190 words. Don't go with 140, don't go with 190. Ideally, 160 to 170 should be perfect. Should you go overboard? Maybe you can by 10 to 20 words, nothing more. I know Mithul is very descriptive, always goes beyond up to 300. That means you wrote 2 essays. However, when you're limited, means that you can pick up which informations are important and which information is not important. That's why you are limited with words. This is not an academic task. If it's an academic, the more you have, the better. But this is just Cambridge examination, so you need to keep your words in the limit. No one's going to count 1 word at a time, right? No one's going to do that. But we can see it because we've been doing this for a long time, and we can see if it's actually more words or less words. I'm going to zip it now. So I'm going to let you do this in 40 minutes. You can start writing and we'll see what you're going to do. Any questions? Nope. All right. Okay, thank you. I'm here, I'm muting myself in case you need me. If you're having problems with the camera, switch it off. I don't mind when you're writing. However, you always need to tell me this in advance. And the students like Osmond and Clarence, they didn't reply to me. So I'm not sure if they're here or not. But anyway, let's see what we're gonna do. Okay, Miku, I got them now. Just have to see if I can open them. Thank you. Okay, Linus and Sankai have submitted theirs. Thank you. All right, so you're having like a minute to finish. Let's see how many of you have done. Linus, Sankai, Shishan, Mithu, Wei Shan, Wong. Okay, still need a couple of them, and then you're allowed to have a. You're allowed. Of course, you're gonna have a break for 5 to 7 minutes, and once we're back, we have a little bit of grammar to practice today. Okay, so I want you to submit in the next minute, each one of you. Thank you, EJ. All right, so the rest of you, please take a break, 5 to 7 minutes, do whatever you have to do, be back here, and we will continue with a little bit of grammar today. We're going to talk about the infinitive verbs and the ing, or something that is called gerund as well. And I think you know it, but you probably don't know the exact words as we use them, but we will talk about that in a second. Use your break. I just realized my microphone was a little bit far away, so I'm not sure if you heard me. I'm so sorry. That was so stupid of me. Please use your break in the next 5 to 7 minutes, and we'll explain after that. Thank you. Okay, guys, let me know if you're back, please. Let's see what happened over here. Yenshin, Nicholas as well. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 8. And I got 10 students over here. So 2 students still haven't submitted. That should be Ruichi is one of them. That's okay, AJ. Don't worry. You have your name. That's fine. No worries. Where did EJ go? Okay. All right, so I can see that Ruichi is missing. And I don't know who else. I'm not sure. Okay, never mind. Who is missing? I'm going to figure out later on. All right, let's talk about a little bit about infinitive and verbs with ing. Now, this is a tricky part. What does that mean? So many years ago, the easiest approach to learn certain verbs was with to. So it was like a standard rule, which I feel like in the past couple of years, maybe 10 years now, no one is actually using that. They just say the verb as it is. For example, cook, play, dance, and so on. However, the rule, how we used to learn them, actually was to learn them with its infinitive form. So every time when you see a verb like this, to come, it's infinitive. To get, it's infinitive. To take, to sing, to dance, to cook, to study, to walk, whatever you want to do. When you have to in front of the verb, it's an infinitive form. However, we do have varieties of words that follow certain type of rule in terms of a sentence to make the sentence a little bit more accurate and correct. Now, what would that mean? Sometimes you can see that you're going to use a sentence with to do or to go. However, the correct answer will be going. One thing I want you to remember, never ever use to going, to dancing. There are exceptions. I like to listen to music, listening to music. That's a little bit different, but still, probably we will put it in the same range of rules. So either you're going to say to go, okay, or you're going to go, or you will say going. I like going. So like always goes with ing form, okay? So that's a tricky part, which I've noticed a lot of you are actually using that. I really hope so that you're going to remember this. Never say to going. I like going. I like dancing, okay? But I'm going to share with you a very short presentation about verbs and infinitive form. Ignore my tabs over here. I keep everything from a week. When I switch off my laptop, I just switch it off. Next day, I just restore them and I keep going. So let's take a look some of the rules. All right. Okay. So when do we use to and infinitive? After certain adjectives, after certain verbs, after the indefinite pronoun something, anything, or nothing, or to express purpose or reason. Now, if you read the rules as they are over here, they won't be clear, okay? I understand that. That's why we're going to see some examples. Okay, so we're using we're going to use to plus infinitive for certain adjectives. I find it difficult to do. Pay attention. Let me take my pencil. Okay, so difficult is an adjective, right? But look what's going on after the adjective. You're having an infinitive form to do. Okay, this is an infinitive form. The next one. This is easy to answer. Difficult, easy are adjectives, right? It is great to see you here. Great is an adjective. To see is the infinitive form. So remember, after certain adjectives. Then the next option is, or the next rule is, after certain verbs. I want to go. Bear in mind, want. I want going. No, no can do. Sam decided to help the old lady. So want, decide are one of those words that after them, you need to use the infinitive form. The third one, after the indefinite pronouns, something, anything, or nothing. I have nothing to wear. You cannot say I have nothing wearing or to wearing. Okay. Next rule, to express purpose or reason. Purpose or reason. She needs to take some pills to sleep. Do you always use an alarm clock to wake up? Remember, purpose or reason. Let's see next. All right, so over here, we're having verbs which are followed by infinitive with to. My suggestion for you would be to make a screenshot of this. I would advise you to do that. Teach me to cook. Manage to ride the bike. Decide to take the wallet with me. Happen to save the money. Seem to hate the singer. Allow them to go out alone. Attempt to answer the question. Deserve to get the ticket. Expect to travel soon. Fail to pass the exam. Neglect to take care of the dog. Threaten to call the police. Dare to do something crazy. Offer to help others. Do you know what? Maybe I can make a screenshot for you because I think you're not going to do it. So let me just very quickly. Okay. All right, let's crop this, save. Okay, I'm going to put it here, FCE 1, and I'm going to send it to you once we finish with the presentation. So you can have it. All right, let's get going. Okay, so let's take a look, some verbs and verbs followed by ing. Certain prepositions, certain verbs, same rules, okay? But let's take a look. We're using verb plus a verb followed by ing after certain preposition. What sort of things stop you from sleeping? So stop is a verb, sleeping is a verb, but there is a preposition, from. What are you thinking? So thinking is a verb, doing is a verb. Of doing next summer. Sorry, I'm not very good at cooking. I am is a verb. Cooking is a verb. In between, you have at. Next option is after certain options, not an option, it's a rule, sorry. After certain verbs, I avoid going to my uncle's house. Avoid is a verb, going is a verb. These are just the exceptions, guys, because generally in English, we don't tend to use one verb after another one. So two verbs, one next to each other, it's not really the general rule. They're going to stay together. However, English language is full with exceptions. And I think that's the heaviness of the language. Apart from that, the grammar is very simple, but there are a lot of exceptions. That's the tricky part with English language. Okay, as the subject of a sentence. Sleeping is a pleasure for me. Swimming is good for health. Let's see next. Okay, we're going to ignore this. So these verbs are followed by ing. Remember the first one? They were followed by two. Let's make a new screenshot. Print screen, not screenshot. Yay. 1 second. Okay, so I will send them to you, as I said, after we finish the presentation, because you're going to have a task to do. So this is FCE2, the easiest way to save them. Okay, so we're going to use this ing form after avoid, admit, mind, risk, imagine, enjoy, finish, can help, suggest, postpone, or consider. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. The ing form comes after verbs that indicate start, continuation, or end. This is not really something you have to know. However, it's here, so why not? Okay, some verbs are followed by infinitive or ing with difference in meaning. Remember, forget, stop, regret, and try. We don't have this in the book, so I'm not going to bother you with that. So let's take a look at this one. It means to relieve a memory. Remember. I remember taking long walks with my dad. Okay, this is the memory. Dad, remember to take long walks. Okay. So it's a different way of building the sentence. Forget is something that happens in the past event. She will never forget playing the piano for the first time in front of that huge audience. She forgot to mail these letters. Forget, forgot. The meaning is slightly different. Same thing for regret and try. I'm not going to bother you with that. Okay, they are verbs followed by ing or infinitive with small or no difference in meaning. Begin to do, begin doing. Continue to do, continue doing. Start to do, start doing. Propose to do, propose doing. Intend to do, intend doing. Can't stand, love, hate, like, prefer. So can't stand love, can't stand hate, and so on. Also not that irrelevant for you. I'm not going to bother you with that. All right, let me send you a link for a test. 1 second. Actually, first, I want to send you the pictures. So 1 second. Okay. And let me give you a little task for you today. Okay, so this will be your task. All right, so you're going to have gerund and infinitive. What does gerund mean? Gerund means when you have ing. Don't worry about it. We used to call it gerund, but I feel like in the past couple of years, it's kind of tricky that people are not using that. However, certain grammar books are still containing this kind of vocabulary, so it could be a little bit tricky. As, for example, progressive is also continuous. In certain grammar books, you're going to find it as a progressive tense, but in certain grammar books will be continuous tense. So it's just terminology. So don't worry about it. Okay, let me send you the link. FCE, this is Saturday. So be careful with the sentences. I'm expecting a lot of mistakes here. Because when it comes to speaking, we're using this. However, when we need to follow the rules, as in written form, we shouldn't do that. So in the first part, you have to choose the correct answer. You have the rules in the chat box, so you can use them as well. But however, in the second one, you don't have options. You need to play with them. Okay. Miwong has the best score so far. Okay, EJ has the best score. Well done. Okay, perfect. Okay, the scores are not bad. I'm okay with them. Okay, cool, good. Now let's go to our book, please, page 77. So this will be the tricky part. Okay, so you are having some sentences over here, well, some rules basically. You need to match them with the correct options on the side. For example, okay. So for example, you have the first one, to say why you do something. It says sentence E. I was trying a couple of hours a day during, I was training. I have so many lapses today, so many mistakes. I was training a couple of hours a day during the week to get fit. Let me give you a couple of minutes so you can try to figure out if you can have these answers over here. Are you ready? All right, let's take a look. Let's make it here on the side. Okay, so we have number one. How about number two? To say why something exists. Nicholas, what do you think? This will be difficult, guys. I understand that. Nicholas, do you have the answer? Who has the answer? Nobody has the answer? Really? Yes, F it is. Well done, EJ. Good job. So number 2 is F. To say why something exists, there are medical teams to take care of injured runners. Well done. Okay, how about number 3? After 2 and enough. Who knows the answer? G. Well done, EJ. Good job. He was just too tired to carry on. Okay, number 4. After these verbs, there is a more complete list on page 166 where you can see it. Agree, appear, ask, arrange, decide, expect, fail, help, promise. What's the answer? B and I, very well, EJ, good job. B and I, Nicholas, yes. So we got B, and then we got I. All right, the negative is formed by placing not before the infinitive. Which sentence is that? Two of my teammates decided not to continue the race after just a day and a half. So we have a negative sentence, so number 5 will be not E, I. All right, number 6. The verb plus ing is used after preposition. Which sentence is that? D, exactly. Well done, EJ. Next one is used as subject or object of a verb. Seven is A. Good job. Amazing, EJ. Good job. After these verbs, admit, enjoy, finish, involve, mind, postpone, risk, and suggest. Which one? Thank you, EJ. Well done. How about these expressions? It's no good, it's not worth, it's no use, it's a waste. Yes, absolutely. That is H. And the last one is, oops. The negative is formed by placing not before the verb plus ing. We're having A. Well done, EJ. Good job. Perfect. All right. As I said, don't bother too much about these rules because as they're a little bit difficult. I'm not saying no. However, in practice, they come a little bit easier. So let's get into practice then. Next page. Page. Why I always use the pages? 78. Okay, so page 78. You're having the verbs, but you have to see if you need to use infinitive or you need to use ing. So for the first one, I will give you the example. So Carlos has suggested starting, I'm going to put here starting. Starting a five-a-side football team. What do you think? For the rest of them, I will let you a minute so you can do that. Raise your hand when you're done. Check one thing. All right, let's check out our answers. Linus, how about number 2? To go. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Mithu, the next one for you. Mithu, can you hear me?
Oh, no, I was muted the whole time. Sorry.
Number 3, please.
Is it to hold? We decided to hold.
To hold. Yes, that's correct. Yes, well done. To hold. Ruichi, number 4.
Training is essential if you want to perform well.
Okay. Right. Number 5. Sankai.
I've joined a gym to get myself fitter.
Yep. Perfect. Number 6, Shishan.
If you train too hard, you risk to injure yourself before the race.
Injuring, sweetie. Injuring, not to injure. Injuring. Wei Shan, number 7.
It's not good to run a marathon if you're not wearing the right shoes.
Okay, but look, we have an adjective. Good. What did we put after adjective?
Oh, running.
Running. Good. Okay. And Mi Wong. I keep calling you Mi Wong. I know Wong is your surname, but I'm sorry. It's just very easy for me. Number 8, please.
She was disqualified from the race for pushing an opponent.
Well done. Good job pushing. Okay, perfect. So the more we practice, the easier it becomes. I know it sounds silly, but unfortunately that's the case. Just make sure you're following the rules. When you have an adjective, that after the adjective, what do you use? What do we say? ing. Make sure you understand that there is a preposition in front of it. Of course, there are some exceptions. As I said, English has a lot of exceptions, not just with these grammar rules, but pretty much with all the grammar, I would say. All right, let's go to exercise 5. There's some mistakes over here, and you have to find it and correct it. For example, With the first sentence, students are not allowed running along school corridors. The mistake over here is what? Running. And it should be to run. I'll give you a couple of minutes so you can figure out for the rest of them. And we're going to check them out. In the second one, for example, spending is a mistake. To leave is a mistake in number 3. And that's it for me. The rest of them is for you. And let me prepare the homework for you. In the meanwhile, all right, I send you the homework in WhatsApp as well, in the chat as well, here as well. Let's take a look at the mistakes before I let you go. So let's clear this up. Okay, so I already said the first one. Okay, let's do it again. So we said running will be to run. Number 2, we had spending. Nicholas, how are we going to change spending? To spend. Okay. Why are you texting me? You should speak. Okay, so to spend. EJ, number 3.
The internet means that we spend more time sitting at home, but we cannot imagine living without it.
Okay, perfect. So to live, we change it to living. Okay. Ruichi, next one for you, please.
Being fit and healthy does not mean running 20 km a day.
Okay, to run, we change it to running. All right, let's see number 6, Linus. Sorry, number 5. However, some of the sentences are correct. Like number 5, for example, is correct. Many students would prefer to cycle to school than go by school bus. So this one is correct. That's a tricky one. Yes, definitely. Mithul, the next one for you, please.
Which number 6?
Number 6, yes.
Many people only think about taking exercise when they are overweight.
Perfect. So we're changing take to taking. All right. Wei Shen, next one for you, please. 7.
Unless they're trying to compete as a team, they will not success to win the competition.
So where's the mistake?
Trying?
No.
To win.
To
Winning
win
the
comes
competition.
winning. Yes, winning the competition. Good. Winning. Okay. Miwon, number 8, please. Do you have number 8, Miwon? You don't have the answer? That's fine. Who has the answer for number 8? EJ, do you have the answer? So something is wrong with to sit and read. Sitting and reading. Yeah, this will be sitting and reading. Sitting and reading. Okay, how about number 9, Sankai?
It may be good to use it instead of
This one is correct. That one is yeah, that one is okay. And let's see number 10, Chishan.
There are several good
Sweetie, I cannot hear you.
There are several good reasons for right to riding.
Okay, there's several good reasons riding a bike or to ride a bike. Okay, this one has two options: ride a bike or riding a bike. Okay, cool. It's tricky. I'm not saying it's not, okay? I understand it's tricky. Sometimes it's even hard for me. I have to think of the rules. But with practice, it comes easier. So that's a good thing. Ruichi, have you submitted your essay, please? I texted you, but you didn't reply to me. You're still doing it. That's very bad, sweetie. That's because you were supposed to do it in 40 minutes. This is what we want to train now. From now on, guys, you're not going to have as much time as you need. If each one of you has 40 minutes, means that you have to do it in 40 minutes because you have to practice. I will give you an example. I was prepared. I don't know if I said this to you. I was preparing a student for IELTS examination, and she was very good with listening. She was very good with reading and comprehension, speaking also. However, when it comes to writing, she needed a little bit longer time, like more time than it was given. So what happened was she had very good scores with the rest of the exam. However, writing was very bad and she was very disappointed. And she said, how come I had good scores on my reading and my listening, but my writing was horrible? The reason behind that is because you're not focusing enough and you're not practicing speed. Okay, so you have to do that as well. From now on, you're just going to have 40 minutes for every single writing test you're going to have. Sorry about that. But it's just going to come with practice. However, let me see. Page 80. Hold on. No. Okay, hold on. That's not listening test. No, the listening test, we're going to do it next week. So let me share with you your homework. Your homework will be on page 78. So the first two sentences over here, you need to choose which one is the correct answer. Okay. That's the first part. Then the second one and the third one, you have to slightly change the verbs. Or not the verbs, the words that are over there. And then on page 80, exercise 1 and 2, they have nothing to do with listening, okay? These are just verbs like look, see, watch, listen, and hear. Now, they're very similar in terms of meaning, however, they're different. And before we explain that, I would like to see how you're going to do that. I know it says over here listening, okay? It has nothing to do with that. So you're going to have to go through these words and just see, maybe you're going to have to change the form of them, okay? Because it says put them in the correct form. However, there will be something very similar in the listening test that we're going to do next week, okay? So don't worry, it has nothing to do with the listening. Make sure you do that. Okay, you don't have a lot of things to write, all right? So next week we will continue with listening. However, let me just update my file over here. This is page 80, listening. Okay, page 80, listening. All right, next week we will complete unit 7. It's a new month, so we have to go a little bit faster, but that's fine. This was important. Next week we're going to do a little bit of speaking, writing. I'm not sure we're going to do it next week because I want us to start the following unit 8. As I said, this book is very challenging. It has a lot of units. It has 14 units. We have to cover as much as we can until end of November. Basically in December, of course, we're going to finish the course in December, but at least we're going to cover a lot of grammar. I gave you the list with the writing topics. I'm not saying you're doing them. Again, It's up to you. You decide. It's your call. But I do appreciate Angel, EJ, and Needful. Thank you. I have yours as well. The rest of you guys, it's pretty much up to you. If I were you, I would use this chance, just to practice a little bit more to improve vocabulary. Because if you are in this level, that means that probably you're doing something good. But to make it even better, you need to work on your vocabulary. You have to improve vocabulary to express yourself better. This is what changes you from one level to another. It's not the grammar. I promise you, it's not the grammar. The grammar is simple. You just follow 2-3 grammar tenses, no mistake there. However, using the right vocabulary is something that will lift your score up. That's why I'm giving you this essay, so you can practice improving your vocabulary. How? When you think of what you want to say, but you don't really know the exact words, you're going to open a dictionary, you're going to find the words. That's the goal over here, okay? Up to you. As I said, it's up to you if you want to work on that or not. I'm here just to give you guidance. I'm just here to give you some keys and tips that will help you, but the rest of it very much depends on you, okay? Anyway, if you do that, please send it to me. Obviously, the easiest way probably will be if you send it to me in WhatsApp, because that's for sure I'm going to get them. Angels and EJs, I always get them on my email. That's fine. But the rest of you, if you feel like that's a big struggle for you, send them in WhatsApp. No problem for me. Any questions, maybe? Nope. Please make sure next week you are having cameras on, okay? Because I'm going to report this as well. Guys, I have 8 groups. You're the only group that has their cameras off all the time, okay? I do have another FCE group on Monday. Their cameras are always on. So I'm not sure what's going on with you because it's Saturday or what is the problem? I really don't know, but we have to respect some rules here. Anyway, thank you so much. I hope you had good weeks off, 2 weeks off. Next week, we will continue. See you soon. Bye.
Thank you,
Thank you,
teacher.
teacher.
Bye-bye.